Hey friends, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Nina, and as many of you know on this channel, we spend a lot of time talking about the importance of forgiving ourselves for past mistakes. This process really is the key to healing the emotional pain we are feeling and starting to live a life that feels peaceful again. But yesterday, I received an extremely heartfelt email from a subscriber explaining that they knew they needed to forgive themselves for a situation that happened, but they couldn't bring themselves to do it yet. So their question was if there was anything they could do to help themselves feel better while they worked towards self-forgiveness, and if there was anything that could help stop the suffering they were experiencing in the process. And while the truth is that ultimately in these situations, a genuine sense of peace really does hinge on the act of self-forgiveness, there are several things that we can do to help us feel better while we work towards this goal. So that is what I wanted to share today, because I know from the comments that they are not the only one who is struggling with this, and I have certainly struggled with this in the past myself. And my hope is that these strategies help you on your healing journey and lead you to a path of true self-forgiveness. The first thing that we can do is to acknowledge our feelings. This is so important to do, even if they are negative. The worst thing that we can do is to try to bottle them up or pretend that they don't exist. Let yourself feel the guilt, shame, anger, or whatever else you are feeling, because suppressing these emotions makes them stronger in the long run and can increase our chances of experiencing extreme stress, anxiety, and depression. It can also really help to express these emotions, which can involve talking to a friend or a therapist, or journaling, or engaging in physical activities. These actions help us to process these feelings and move on a lot faster. Number 2 is to understand that you are not your mistake. Whatever happened does not define you as a person. You are more than your mistakes. You have an entire life and history, and this was just one small aspect of it. And as hard as it can be to accept, we are only human, and humans tend to make a lot of mistakes. All humans. I know we can't always see the mistakes that other people make, but trust me, they are there, and mistakes don't make us a bad person. We can be a good person that just happened to make a mistake. And truthfully, if we're trying to be perfect, we're going to fail every single time, because perfection does not exist. No one is perfect. And that's why we have to learn to practice self-compassion and try to stop punishing ourselves, because it does absolutely no good. And this can start to happen when we begin to separate the event that we are ruminating over with who we are as a person. And something that can help with this realization is focusing on the positive aspects of our life. And if you struggle with this, something that you can try is to sit down and create a list of all the things that are going well, all the positive things in your life, all the things that you are thankful for, and try to be careful not to let your guilt influence what you are putting down on the page. Think about all the good things that you've done in your lifetime and all the happiness that you've brought to other people in the past and in the present. Writing these things down can help us to remember that we are not a bad person and that we are certainly more than our mistakes. Number 3 is to focus on making better choices in the now. We can learn from the mistakes so we don't make it again in the future, and we can start to take actions that make us proud of the person we are becoming. Try to focus on the present instead of the past. And I know it's so easy to get mentally stuck and to want to continuously punish ourselves for the mistake, especially if we feel like we deserve to be punished, which is never the case. But we have to remember that there is really nothing to be gained by continuing to focus on it once the lesson has been learned. The reality is that the past is gone and all we have is the present moment, so we have to make the best of it. We can work on becoming the person that we wish we had been when we made the mistake. And the truth is also that the event made us a kinder, wiser person in the end, and we will be able to make better decisions going forward. Number 4 is to try to make amends. Now, this is not always possible, but if it is, take whatever actions are necessary to help repair the situation. And sometimes just taking responsibility for the mistake can make a world of difference. This could mean apologizing to the person that you hurt or doing something to make up for the harm that you caused. And please know that the other person may not be ready to forgive you yet, and that is okay. The most important thing is that you put out the effort, and you will definitely feel a difference in your heart once you've done so. And number 5, give yourself time. Don't expect to be able to forgive yourself overnight. Be patient with yourself and just keep working on it. We also need to truly accept the fact that we cannot change the past and give ourselves permission to move on and to focus on the present while we work on true self-forgiveness. Please know also that no matter what you think about yourself right now, you do deserve to be happy and to be free from guilt. Forgiveness is not always easy, but it is always worth it because it frees us from our emotional pain. It helps us to move on with our lives and ultimately to become better people. Also, if this is an area that you feel like you need further support in, I do have a full playlist all about self-forgiveness. I will go ahead and link that down in the description box below so you have that resource. As always, I truly hope you found today's video to be helpful and insightful. If you did, please like it, share it, and definitely become a subscriber if you aren't one already. I would absolutely love it if you stayed connected. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I hope the rest of your day is extraordinary.